Hello, welcome to episode 553 of Prog Review. And today I'm talking about this one. This is a Union Cafe by the Penguin Cafe Orchestra. In fact, here's my original CD version, which I bought back in the day, 1993 it was released. In fact, there's not a Wikipedia page about this one, so I can't tell you the exact date, but I got it when it came out. So, can I say original thing? I've even got the cutting from the time stuffed inside my. Just about to see the edge there. There's a yeah, but yeah, this was released. Well, I just got it, but it was meant to be released earlier in the month because it's to celebrate. No, that's the wrong word. Commemorate 20 years since the passing of Simon Jeffs, and this has never been on vinyl before, and so I got this because I'm a. So I thought, oh, you know what, that'd be nice. So I got it, and this is the clear vinyl. Do you want to see it? Okay, we'll quickly do this, and this is on erased tapes, which is the imprint that they're on at the moment. Whoops, I've got to be careful because there's a look at that. You could have that as a print, couldn't you? Put that in a frame. That's the original artwork. That is in the studio at the home in North London where the Penguins live, and there's a little write-up about it all. Oh, got these the wrong way around. There we go. That's the one. That's the one. See that? Look at that. You can see right through it. Isn't that amazing? I'll just knock my CD on the floor. Of course, these are completely ruined now because I've touched them. So it goes. But yeah, you can get it in the black vinyl as well. So yeah, but I thought I'd get the limited edition because you know what I'm like. But I thought it'd be a nice. I thought it's a nice thing. But what we'll do is we'll talk about the actual record itself, as well as this. He says, "Oh, get back in there," and I'll just put this all away before I start. But yeah, so the year is 1993. God blimey, and who'd have thought it? And who'd have thought that this would be the final studio album of the Penguin Cafe Orchestra? Nobody knew. See, like, and there's this is what we had for design back in the day. This is what the insert is like. Look, they printed it like that. How irritating is that? But not as irritating as the album, because the album they put very small print on, like black print on an orange background, and it's almost impossible to read. But I'm lucky because I can read this. And yeah, it's a funny. Oh look, it's the cutting from the Evening Standard. That's when I used to have a magazine. So look at that. There you go. And this is a cutting. Talking about them playing the Royal Festival Hall on the 15th of October, and we were too poor to go. 4th of October. Yes. You see, I can now write the Wikipedia page. It was released on the 4th of October, 1993, and they played the Royal Festival Hall not long after. So I'm going to go and bloody write the Wikipedia page. I'm going to do it first because I think I need to honour the band. So yeah, I got this when it came out. Got it when it came out. And who'd have thought that it was it would be the final Penguin Cafe Orchestra studio album? It's a bit sad talking about it, really. And then, like I say, we've got the this new thing. So anyway, my problem with this is it's symptomatic of the CD age. It's 1 hour 14 minutes long. It is a big meal to digest and get your teeth into. It's a big meal, and also added to that, for me, it is probably their weakest album. And that pains me in saying that. It really does pain me in saying it's the album I reach for the least, and there's a number of reasons why, which I'm going to go into. There's nothing wrong with the songs. There's nothing wrong with the songs on this album. They're perfectly fine, serviceable recordings and tunes, and they're all very much Penguin Cafe Orchestra tracks. But, and this is the big but, I like big buts and I cannot lie. I don't know where that came from. The problem with it is it's too piano or keyboard orientated, and it doesn't have the mix of eclecticism that you had with the other records. You know, there's a distinct lack of guitars or stringed instruments. You know, well, yeah, you have the ukuleles and things like that, but there's a distinct shift away from the stringed instruments, and it's more, like I say, keyboard based. It's more keyboard led, and I find that a little unsatisfying. I like when they're a little bit over there, when there's a real mix of instrumentation. Opens with Scherzo and Trio, which is a nice upbeat number. Again, very much in the style of the Penguin Cafe. Again, all of these, it's almost like they're there's also a willful nod to the past on this record. This is a very nostalgic record, even though the band had only been going something like 21 years, I think it said on that newspaper article. But they're already looking back, only 21 years. But yeah, they're looking back on this, and there's a lot of old ground being recovered, if you know what I mean. And it had been a good. I'm trying to think. This was out in '93. 6 years between albums, and that's a long time. Back in the day, that is a long. This is before Peter Gabriel did his massive 12-year gap between records or whatever it was. So yeah, six years between studio albums is a long time. Lifeboat called Lifeboat Lovers. Lifeboat open parentheses Lovers Rock close parentheses. Things slowed down again, and again you hit the first bump, because that track, he says, trying to read, because again they put it on, look at that's tiny, wait a minute, I can read it better if I hold it up. It's 7 minutes 15 long, and that's what you get. Some of these tracks like Vega, 10 minutes 20 long. There's no editing. It's like, Simon Jeffs has just gone, right, let's just throw everything at the wall. Nothing really blue. Again, they're very similar. These are very similar. Track Cage Day, which is a tribute to John Cage, and there's a couple of different versions of this. There's this version, and they did another version on Arcane, which is probably up there somewhere. When Simon Jeffs went to Real World Studios and did a thing where they worked with different musicians. That's when Real World was interesting. So yeah, there's a different version of that. Vega, which is again 10 minutes long, but it's a good track. Yodel 3, which again recounts those previous Yodel. It's the third one. Recounts that. Organum, which has does it have Catherine Tickell on it, and she comes back for the Penguin Cafe on their A Matter of Life album. So it kind of bridges those universes, and I like that one. Organum's one of my favourites. Another one from the Porlock, again referencing the previous Porlock track. Thorn Tree Wind. It's the closest the band's ever been to ambient music, and it's strings. I think it's strings playing. Long sustained notes, and it goes on a bit, but it's an interesting study. But whether or not it works is another and whether it's a success or not. Silver Star of Bologna, again, it's another piano piece. Again, there's a lot of piano pieces on here. We have Discover America, which is a cover version. You probably know it. It's the one that goes do 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 do. I hate that song with all my fibre, because I know my father liked that song a lot, and I just can't stand it. I can't stand it. So for it to appear on this, it besmirches this record. Pythagoras on the line again. He's playing with telephone and rubber band, but this time with like a digital phone. Again, we're redoing old ideas. It doesn't sit well. Cora, lie back and think with England, and finally Red Shorts, which is nice, but it's at the end. There's I think it's This is where I need the Wikipedia page. Give me the Wikipedia page, he says. I demand a Wikipedia page on this. It's Annie Whitehead on trombone comes in at the very kind of dying end of that track, and just transports it and makes it it's very plaintive. And it really hits me, and it's the saddest song ever. And then you put it into context that it's almost the last track of the album. It's a farewell. It's a bye bye. But you couldn't have possibly have known. This is the thing. And then we have Passing Through again. Passing Through. I mean, what a great. It's like it's all there for you. Again, it's a bit like the opening track of this is what happens when I do these first thing in the morning. Signs of Life. Ding 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 ding. Beanfields. That sounds about right. It's almost a nod back to that. And then the rest of the time of the CD is spent with some drips, musical drips. Oh, how we laughed at the time. Oh, isn't that funny? I don't know. It's what people did back in those days, to fill out CDs. So yeah, and that's the album. For me, my goodness. If you knocked a few tracks off of there, dumped a few tracks, shortened a few others, there could be quite a zippy little album on it, but it's just, it's just, I don't know. For me, it's the most unsatisfying of the Penguin Cafe albums, and that again, I take no enjoyment from saying that. There's some nice bits on it, and there's some nice music on it, but as a whole, it's not something that I would, actively seek out. It's not one I put on very often. It's the one I least play. And again, as the final statement, like I say, it pains me. There was another album, posthumous, called Piano Music by Simon Jeffs. He says, where'd I put it? Here we go. Oi, oi, oi. This is the original one. This is a posthumous one. And it opens with a track called Lullaby, which is kind of the final Penguin Cafe Orchestra song. I actually had that played at my mum's funeral because it's really nice. It's the last. Getting sad thinking about it. Shouldn't have gone there. And that track makes me do this. But yeah, if you can find, I think they reissued it. But this is there's a lot of stuff on here. Cora, and Silver Star of Bologna. So you can see he was going more into a piano based area. So yeah. In terms of a rating, I'm going to give this 3 Yodel 3s out of 5. That's 3 Yodel 3s out of 5. And so yeah, that's that. I'm going to try and compose myself. Come on, put yourself together. So anyway, fast forward to now. 10 years ago, it was the 10th anniversary of Simon Jeffs passing again. That was another when that was announced back in 1997. It was just at the birth of the internet for me, and I come to the news late, and like I said, it was about a week or so after. I can't remember, but I remember being very upset by Yeah, I did. Yeah, I cried. Yeah, because it was a complete out of the blue shock. And again, it's that the potential being snuffed out. And that's what I always find sad. But then in 2007, I was busy, so I didn't go to the 10th Memorial Show, and then they did a 20th Memorial Show recently, which I didn't go to because I'd already seen them in September, and it was at the Union Chapel, which I'm not as keen on as a venue, and also the snow. I wouldn't have probably got to it because of the snow. But also we have this album out, this reissue. Like I say, it's the first time on vinyl, so they've made it a double. That is, I love that because that's the original artwork. There's a pic. You can't see me screen, so I don't know if I've got this on the screen properly. Yeah, this is the original artwork under a lamp. So I like that. And it also explains why the artwork's that shape there, because it's not record shaped, is it? It's rectangular rather than being square. But yeah, so that's nice. But that's what I mean. I can't read that. The pressing, yes, it's okay. It needs there was a lot of static on it, and so I was getting a lot of crackles and pops. So I need to either let it calm down for a bit, or put it through my Nosty cleaner. But it's a decent pressing, decent. Pick up the clear one if you can, and it's just nice to have that option now, and it'll go on the shelf with the others. And I think it's kind of a fitting tribute, I think. But yeah, so that's that. I was meant to do this actually on the day of, to celebrate Simon Jeff's passing, but this review, but that never turned up because it was delayed. So I'm always fashionably late, you know that. But yeah, so that's been my review. Better do the thumbnail, haven't we, I suppose. So I've been talking about Union Cafe, which has been reissued here on vinyl, and this is my original CD, so I think that'll do. Thank you for watching. We'll do this again soon. I hope I won't get so emotional. What big girl's blouse I am. And yeah, we'll do this all again soon. There's only one more thing to say. You know what that is, and that is prog on.